Welcome to my vegetable garden. Today is the 11th of April, so more or less we're heading to the middle of April. And in today's video I want to show you what I'm sowing outside and inside as well. So let's get started. The vegetables I'm going to be sowing outside are as follows. Beetroot, two types of onions, one called abalone and it's white, and the other one is called Carmen and it's red. Root parsley, radishes and salad as well. And as you can see, I'm placing the markers with the names of each vegetable so I know exactly what vegetable is where according to the plan I made in the winter time. And with the tags in place, I'm gonna water those areas. That will give me two things. First of all, the seeds will basically stick to the wet soil, so they will not blow away on the wind and they will stay in place. Secondly, it's just a lot easier to tackle the soil when it's wet. You can create the channels a lot easier and then get the soil on top of the seeds. To help myself with the seeding process, I'm using this piece of timber. It's 50 centimeters long and I do have a scale on it. Every 10 centimeters I put a mark, and it does help a lot. It will help me to establish the correct position of the rows and later on the position of the plants, and also, well, it creates a great channel for the seeds as well. As the seeds of most of these vegetables are quite small, I don't really follow the distance rule when putting the seeds into the soil. I just sprinkle them around, and later on when they germinate, I'm gonna thin them out. I'm just gonna get rid of the ones that don't look right, that are a little bit weak, or as I said, just thin them out so they've got enough space to actually grow correctly. However, when that happens, when they do germinate, I'm gonna show you that process step by step as well, so don't worry about that. You can see plenty of weeds in my raised bed. I need to get them sorted as well. That's my root parsley, and this is the red onion just over here. This is my second sowing outside, and if you want to see what I already sown in my raised beds, I'm going to leave a link down below in the description of this video so you can check out what I did before. Now I can carry on with my white onion, abalone, and the beetroot. Now the beetroot itself is actually on a tape, and it's a fantastic thing. I got convinced to it last season, and I have to say, if I do see a vegetable that's on a tape, I will definitely buy it. It's so much easier to maintain it. You're gonna have the correct distance, and usually the germination rate is actually not too bad. So I do definitely and strongly suggest that you try it out if you haven't done so yet. Now usually with the tape you're gonna have two rows connected to each other, and I leave it as that helps the germination a little bit. If one or two falls out, there's always another one next to it, and later on you can just thin them out. If you do get some leftover seeds, don't throw them away, okay? Keep them for the next season, but obviously do check the use by date. If it's still got a few years ahead, don't worry about it. Just use the seeds next season. Just make sure to store them in a cool, dry and dark place. And now finally, the radishes. With all the vegetables sown outside, what's left to do for me is just to cover up my raised beds, well, to more or less protect them from harsh weather, as we still do get some occasional frost in the morning, some bugs and some other things that would love to eat my seeds or damage my seedlings as they germinate, and keep the wild cat of my raised beds as well. So I'm going to sort that out, and we're going to go indoors to my house to do some indoor sowing, so you can see what I'm up to there. What am I sowing indoors In the more or less middle of April, well, I've got watermelon. That's for my kids. They absolutely love watermelon. I'm not going to have too many of the plants themselves. Probably I'm going to plant 3 or 4 that will go into my greenhouse. Then rhubarb. Tell you what, I've got a fantastic recipe for a pie with rhubarb, and it's to die for. When this is ready to harvest, I'm going to make this pie and I'm going to show it to you on my channel so you can take the recipe, the ingredients and everything and make it yourself. It's definitely worth it. Butternut, I absolutely love this vegetable, and my kids as well, especially making soups from this, absolutely fantastic. And I've got Goliath pumpkin. It's a big one. I've not had much luck with pumpkins, to be absolutely honest with you. They all grown really tiny, and I'm hoping this will be the game changer. So it's Goliath, a premium seed, so hopefully it will be good. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be sowing right now indoors. First of all, what we need is the right soil. So universal, cheap sowing soil. That's what you're going to need. Don't use soil from your garden or anything like that. Just buy fresh, buy new. On top of it, I'm going to mix it up with some perlite. Okay, that's going to hold the right moisture content in the potting mix. And now just mix it up. Now you're going to need a container of some sort to plant your seeds. Now I'm using these multi-trays. They work absolutely fine for me and they are not really expensive at all. Now if you're not using multi-trays, you can use anything else. Just make sure they do have some holes in them and a tray underneath for the water to be able to escape freely. And now we can plant the seeds, but before you do that, make sure to have some name tags so you know where is what. And I'm just gonna carry on with the rest. With all the seeds in place, I'm gonna add a thin layer of perlite on top. And the final thing left to do is to water our seeds. And there you go, they are ready and they're gonna go on one of my tiny greenhouses just over here. That's in front of my biggest window. I'm gonna wait for them to germinate and then grow into beautiful seedlings. Now for today, that's all guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop me that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I will be covering every single step from, well, putting the seeds into the soil and then harvest, and at the end actually, well, utilizing all the vegetables in fantastic recipes and hopefully very nice dishes that I'm going to prepare for you as well. So subscribe to my channel, and actually I do have really 2 cool playlists just over here. Both of them plenty of nice videos, one about cooking and the other one about my vegetable garden. However, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.